Gentlemen, we are up and running. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but we'll find out eventually. Hopefully everybody's well. I kind of screwed up the thumbnail and title for this. I thought that I made a thumbnail. I don't know. I guess it didn't save, and then we went to go be live, and I don't know. It looked all weird. Yep. Hopefully everybody's well this evening. We have, some paintball jazz we can talk about. But without further ado, we want to thank BFP Gear. You can see them over on the other side of the screen. And they're still looking for an employee at the SAC Paintball location here in Sacramento. So if you're maybe you fit any of those descriptions right there on the screen, and you're a person looking for a job, maybe specifically a paintball person looking for a job, check out or, think about maybe applying for a job here in Sacramento if you live in Sacramento. I'm kind of like thinking about 8 things at a time. SAC Paintball here in Sacramento. Go check them out if you want to get a job. And BFP Gear also just got a bunch of new stuff in. I really like these freaking carbon masks. So if you're looking for literally, I think one of the best masks, either this is the JT ProFlex, best mask on the planet. They're only $150 now too, because they're just kind of like their basic versions. They've got those things over at BFP Gear, and stuff ships free if it's under $29. So bfpgear.com. They just got those brand new carbon pants in, the SC 3.0, and also Infamous's brand new lockdown harness, an actual Infamous pack with straps. Look, there's that brand new Halo. This is actually a Halo 2 and that kit. So you actually kind of get 2 hoppers with these things. It's kind of wild. BFPgear.com. Check them out below. There's links in the descriptions to, everything we just talked about. Support a paintball store that is supporting paintball. I'm going to knock my coffee over. Hopefully everybody's well this evening. Whoa, god damn. Congrats to West Side World on the 3rd in WCPPL. Well, yeah, we'll talk about the WC here in a little bit. No one has applied yet? Some brains? I have no idea. I mean, they could have got like 100 people to apply. I really have no idea how many people have applied. Yeah, you can't work remote, unfortunately. It's a job at a paintball store. Mark, great show on Spick and Span. Yeah, it was a little weird. I felt a little... What's going on with my chat, though? I just looked at the on-screen overlay for chat. I have 2 things on. Yeah, it was cool. If you guys... I was over on the Spick and Span show on Ryan Greenspan's YouTube channel last week. 6 days ago. It was cool. It's very weird, because I'm so used to just talking and on here that it's weird to like not constantly be talking. I'm also a little bit more loose. There were some things that I would have said if I was not on there and was here. So I don't want to like, I don't know, be a little too crazy. Not that I'm crazy in general, but anyway. Old Soul, how many names did you recognize in the chat from the Spick and Span show? I didn't look at it at all. I intended to. I had it pulled up, and then I had like the Zoom window kind of right there, and I honestly didn't even look. And I didn't like watch it back or anything, so I didn't even look. I kind of intended to, but it's hard for me. I honestly don't want to look at the chat. If someone's there, I'm talking to someone, I'm probably not even going to look at it at all. Because I feel like I want to like engage the person in front of me, not kind of like just drift off and then be like, what's going on? So it's difficult for me. I probably wouldn't look at it at all. I don't know. I really have no idea who was there, who wasn't. He was amazed about the Stream Deck. Well, maybe not Stream Deck. Maybe like, all the like Jimmy Jams I have set up. It's just a bunch of effort and just a bunch of work. So And it's always hard to kind of consistently get this stuff going, right? You can set it up, but then you have to be good at like troubleshooting all the like nonsense software problems. And speaking of software, we have some new OBS settings that I'm trying to see if we run better. So far, we're all good. John, am I going to do an MXR review? No, probably not. Reviews were obviously something I did on the channel for a long time. It was one of the main focuses of this was just talking about like gear and whatever, paintball gears. And, well, we'll say like the past year, I haven't done any. I didn't do a Geo 4. No, I didn't mean to say that. I didn't do a Geo 5 review. Didn't do an MXR review. So those are like the two guns that have come out in the past like 5 years that I've not reviewed. Mainly because I've been shifting more toward this like historical, maybe storytelling, finding cool things to tell. We've kind of seen that in the past few videos. But I probably will do reviews in the future. I think it would be a good thing to kind of have the same history style videos on top of those reviews. And the reviews are not nearly as much research and like in depth as those history or like essay style videos. They're a little bit easier for me to bang out. Although I do think in the future reviews will be a bit different than how I've handled them. I don't know what I'll do, but I don't know. I just kind of want it to be stuff a little bit different. So no MXR, but I'll probably do the next one. I don't know, whenever that'll be. Any word on what Carbon is releasing? I don't know. I don't know when that hopper is going to be officially available, so maybe just that the Carbon Drive hopper. Still want to see one of those. I just remembered about that. Yeah, we don't have a lot of talk about. I tried to scour the internet for like, paintball news and stuff to talk about. We have Sec Paintball hiring people. Probably the biggest thing, that's not what I wanted it to do. The biggest thing this week, maybe, is Thomas Taylor is technically going to play pro paintball this year. Thomas Taylor is going to play for, I was going to say Portland. I don't know why. They're going to come from Offenburg. Coming at you. Offenburg is German, like 98% sure. The plan this year, though, for Thomas was to play for Shock EU, so Aftershock's European team, but they actually sold that spot. That Shock EU team sold their spot to Offenburg Coming At Ya. So Coming At Ya has been really a pro team before. They went pro in 2014, played, I think, up until 2019. They did not play the 2019 season and up until 2024. So 2025, they're going to be back in the pro division with Thomas Taylor, Ryan Hoskinson, also from Aftershock, and owner of AC Diesel, Mark Johnson. Mark Johnson will be playing. Thomas also plays for Shock in the semi-pro division. There's just some random slideshow pictures of Thomas, and then the Coming At Ya guys as well coming up here. Thomas, played pro. I think his first year was 2004, so spent 20 years playing pro paintball. And this will be the first year he's not played pro in the U.S. Spent on a lot of teams. I mean, he played by NYX most recently, Infamous, Aftermath some time ago. Spent time with Houston Heat, played with them for 2 seasons, I believe, like 2014-ish, 15. Played with Excessive back in the day, was one of like the original Excessive guys. And then spent a very, very long time over there with Excessive. Thomas is one of the good guys in paintball. I mean, everyone's good, but Thomas is, I don't want to say extraordinary, but Thomas is great. So it's just cool to see Thomas back there, and going to Europe is always fun. So Thomas going to Offenburg Coming At Ya. And we'll talk to the chat a little bit more. I got a couple other things we can kind of briefly. Oh no, Brad's like, sounds like Brad is selling out. What am I selling out to? I'd love to sell out. You got something I can sell out to? The Offenburg Panzers. Terrible time to launch a product. Well, I don't know. Got like a new... No. I was like, do I have a big gray patch of hair right there or something? I don't think so. You know, I was thinking about making like a... I don't know, some sort of presentation for a live stream or something like that about tariffs and like what's going to do to paintball and like I don't know. For all you guys, you know, paintball's your hobby. I made the mistake of making it not my hobby. So it's going to be interesting. You know, the future of paintball is going to be weird. I thought about Planet Eclipse and I was like, how does, you know, because Planet Eclipse, like, I was thinking about Eclipse because they're one of the companies that's not based in the US, right? So they like, from Taiwan, most of this paintball stuff is made in Taiwan. So like all the dye stuff is made in Taiwan. All the Luxes and like, you know, shockers are made in Taiwan. A lot of stuff's made in Taiwan. And I was wondering, like, I couldn't remember if I've ever received shipments direct from Taiwan or not. Or if they went to the UK first and then they shipped over here. I think that's what happens for sure. For sure. I mean, because I mean, regular paintball store, you know, maybe like, you know, we were saying BFP Gear, them right there, they're buying way more stuff than I ever have. So it's possible they're getting shipments like direct from Taiwan. I don't know. I just thought about Planet Eclipse because they were one of the only companies that's not, you know, based in the US. So the bulk of the shipments don't go through one of the like manufacturing countries or something like that. That would be interesting. It will be interesting. Field 1 Force is going to be cheap now. Oh, you know what? Let me see if I have something ready. I was going to show something. Oh, yeah. Speaking of the Field 1 Force, this is a very beginning of a video that will be out on the channel hopefully very soon, either this week or early next week. If you're a channel member, all you pro-level channel members can actually watch this video right now. There's a link in the description if you want to become a member. It's pretty easy. But Field 1 are going to sponsor this video. So Field 1 are going to sponsor this, whatever, a Bob Longy video. Go check it out, though. If you want to be a member, you can go watch it right now. All you channel members are like super, super supporty. Without you guys, truly, I don't know. We're going to try to get channel members to be more of a portion of my income. So if you want to be a channel member, just follow that link right there. It'll take you right to this website. And then as long as you're the pro level member, I can't click on this, a pro level member, you can watch that video right now. And you get some other perks. And you help support this paintball adventure we're all going on together. Look at all these open tabs, Lord. Let's close some of these bad boys. Maybe it'll operate better. So that's like a sneak peek video. I bring up, someone said Field 1 because they're all made in the US. So this will be up soon. I don't know. Anything about Field 1? Yeah, who knows? I mean, Field 1 definitely, I don't know where everything they make is. Obviously, the bulk of their product, like the most expensive part's going to be like the body, the trigger frame, regulator parts. And I'm not 100% sure where all the other stuff is made, though. Like the body is made here. All those big aluminum parts are. I don't know about the electronics, and I don't know about the grips. But yeah, that's great for Field 1. I mean, we're all going to start shooting autocockers again, probably. Watch. Paintball Sean. Paintball will be fine. Let's hope so. I mean, it wasn't really... I guess it depends on what you mean by fine. Paint is still being made here. Well, kinda. Paint is still being made here, and none of you need a new gun every week. Well, that's true. But the paintball industry survives on, selling stuff. The only reason these paintball companies are able to make paintballs is because they can sell stuff. And if no one's buying anything, they're probably not going to make anything. And a lot of the paint isn't made here. I mean, there's a couple small manufacturers. There used to be a pretty big facility in Florida where GI used to make paint, but almost all of the paint now is made in Canada for GI. They technically have a facility in like the Reno, Nevada area, but I don't actually 100% know if they're actually making paint there or if they're just storing it there. And then a lot of stuff's made in Mexico and Taiwan also. I mean, all the Defy paint is coming from overseas. A lot of the Valken paint, though, is made here. So Valken makes the majority of their stuff here. HK stuff's in Mexico. So it's kind of from all over the place, really. Yeah, we certainly don't need guns. I mean, most of us don't need anything, but they got to sell stuff. That's how it goes. Was that old Some Brains? Is it really a waterbed warehouse? I know it's Alex's dad's building because I wanted to go on a tour of the building. When GI bought it, I got a hold of them and I was like, I want to go on a tour. And they were like, okay. Well, they actually said no because it's not what I think it is. That's why I thought they were going to like bring machines over and like, make more paint in Nevada or something like that. But they didn't really do that. So most of it's all made in Canada. So they wanted to get me to Canada at some point and like actually like go on a tour of the facility. That would be really cool. I was talking to John Dresser about that. John Dresser, Paintball Nation fame, owner of Paintball Retro. He was going to help me out with that, but he doesn't work for them anymore. I can still do it though. Yeah, there's still import stuff. I don't even know. I'm not sure though. You think paintballs are mainly just glycol. They're mainly just PEG and petroleum ethylene glycol. It's like 97% PEG or whatever. And I have no idea where they get that. I mean, we might just manufacture it here because it's petroleum based. I don't know if it's got to be some sort of byproduct of like gasoline production or something like that. So they might actually get it here. I mean, we produce tons of like, oil shit, right? I don't know. But yeah, it's not like, it's not like paintball is going to go away. It's not like it's going to like, no one's ever going to play paintball again. But I don't know, paintball took a hell of a hit during the like 2008 recession, 2007 recession. I mean, there were like, fields and stores and people quitting all over the place. So I don't know. We'll see, I guess, Maybe in the next 30 years, we'll have paint manufactured here more. Who freaking knows? We can look at some of these. Oh, did I like... That's still playing. Did I like jackassily not set this up? We'll look at some of these. These are pictures I took at the... there's a bunch of pictures in here, probably. These are pictures that I took at... of the Street Fighters. There's some Street Fighter guys maybe in this chat. Last weekend? No, 2 weekends ago at the Capital Edge Paintball League. They're just random ass pictures. Some of them are good. These are like 100. This is 135. I probably shouldn't have put that many in here. But these ones are pretty cool. That's a cool one with the D right there. That one's pretty cool. Eddie again. Eddie again. I really like that goggle strap. I don't know what was going on in this one. Dude just fell over. Just falling over. Some of them are pretty cool. I really like that one. I didn't crop any of these too. I probably could have like cropped some of them. That one's good. I like that one. That one's good. I like that one. That one's kind of good. Some of them are just like, you know, pictures. AJ, that one's pretty good. I really like that mask. I didn't think that I would like that, like, there's some better pictures of him coming up. I didn't think I'd like that, like, I don't remember who did that. I think it was Committed Paintball. Did like the cobweb mask or whatever. Let me know in the chat. Someone let me know. Like that cobweb, whatever. Proflex. Black Widow? One of the things that sucks too is it's like, this picture is probably like 8:30 in the morning. So the lighting is kind of crazy on some of them. There's like such bad like shadows and stuff. That's a good one. There's a really cool one of Jake. That's Jake, not Jake. That's not Jake. That's Jake. KJ. That one's cool too. I like that one. I like the composition on some of these. That one's pretty cool because you can see the paint in the air. You can see that. I think it's like Dynasty something or other. D played that like, so this is the same layout as Tampa. So a lot of the guys were like, committed. Is that what I said? Maybe I said like Twister or something. Yeah, a lot of guys were playing that like Dead Zone in back center. Yeah, D and Mac would both stand there sometimes, just be like for a good amount of time. It was pretty cool. Getting bunkered. This one was really sweet. I have this whole sequence. I didn't keep this whole sequence here, but that is Mac, right? Yeah. So he was here, and then he ran to this 50, but there's a guy in the Dorito side like shooting at him, and you can perfectly see that line of paint in the air. You can see that green ball kind of in the left of the frame, and then they really go all the way across the field. It's really cool. You can like see him just like, whoo, just like barely dodging him, getting out of the way. You can even see that one's like in focus. That one's good. My favorite pictures are though of like are when that one's good. When you can see people in the background, it's really cool too. How Cliff is in the snake here, and then there's somebody in that like back center or whatever. D just standing up again. Just taking a knee. See, these are my favorite pictures. My favorite pictures are hanging out. Mainly because you can like see people's faces, and paintball, there's a lot of, especially the tournaments, you know, there's a lot of like emotion going on, and people are like, you know, excited and sad and pumped up, and like there's like a bunch of like just like stuff going on. Jello. That's a good one. I like how you can see people's eyes too. You can see D's eye in that one. It's like, there's 3 eyes. Yeah, my favorite ones are like off the field, I think. Or the weird compositions. Like I like the weird composition. That's cool too. A thumbs up. I can barely see him. Yep. Sounds good. I like the composition on that one. That was just cool because there's a bunch of paint in the air. Ball in the air. Again, the eyes with Jake's staring at me. Composition off to the right. I like it. This is our, again, standing away off the field, like telling stories and stuff. They're like the best photos. It's definitely always the best ones. That one's cool too. We're just looking at my pictures. Yeah, that's cool too. That's a good one. I like that one. That's another good one. There, that's the one I like of Jake a lot. He's yelling something. With that CSR, I think, right? The CSR, that one's cool too. We have stuff flying around. See, there's a lot of these. I think I ended up giving them like 800 or something, 850 pictures in total. That's a good one too. Actually, the best ones are probably of Eddie. That one's interesting. See, here's the best photos now, okay? This is in the morning, and I was using a, I don't know, I was using a circular polarizer, like a filter on the lenses. Circular polarizers are really cool. So you know how, like, so on polarized sunglasses, the way, like, polarized sunglasses work? I do not have sunglasses. The way sunglasses work, polarized sunglasses, is there's like, I don't know actually how I could tell you. Actually, I don't know if I can tell you how they work. I take it back. But what they do is they like deflect the sunlight in a certain way. So the sun's coming in and it bounces off a surface and it hits your sunglasses right here. So sun, and it like bounces off. And if it's a polarized filter, it's able to like reflect the light up or off of the lens so it doesn't actually enter your eyes. So it reduces like glare or reflections on stuff. That's why like fishermen like it. Fishers like it. Fishermen like that. So it like reduces the glare on the water so that you can see through the water better. So there's actually camera like filters that do the same thing, but the filter you can like adjust and you can turn it to rotate it to line it up perfect. And that helps get rid of a lot of the glare that's on bunkers and stuff. I'm like frantically looking all over the place. So that like, say if you're like shooting, like this picture is perfect, right? See all the like really bright spots on the bunkers? Because there's so much glare from the sun. You can adjust that polarizer so that the glare doesn't enter into the camera so that it looks like it's a lot more even. So you don't get like a huge white bright spots. Now you guys know what polarized filters are. I was using one in the morning on these photos and I don't know, it wouldn't focus and it really destroyed some of the images. So these kind of suck. I took like so many pictures in the morning and like most of them came out all weird. They're just really soft. Like they didn't actually find focus. But these ones are really good. Eddie in the huddle. I really like that one. That's like really good. Those are just team photos. For some reason, I really like that one. I think it's just because of the colors and the evenness of it all. KJ, that's a good one. That's another good one. That's another good one. Good one. It's pretty good. See, I like that one because you can see people. I think that's everything. Cliff taking a dive. I wasn't ready for him. I would typically not be in this position. And I was shooting him like this, and I switched over to vertical, and he's like, oh, he started to run. They switched. I think that's all of them, right? Losing the top of that hopper. Making it work, making it work. This is funny. Hopper fell off, then he crawled past it, and he's like, oh, shit. Yeah, that's all those pictures. Yeah, those are just some pictures I took last weekend, so. New to photography and loving the info. Polarizing filters, circular polarizers are really cool. They're cool if you shoot like bright stuff or like stuff with a lot of glare. So sometimes they might not matter so much, but if you have like if it's got water in it or snow or you're shooting a car outside, it's really pretty cool. You just got to make sure it works first. I was using a Sony 7C. It's actually this camera literally right there. And the Sony 70-200 I like the aperture 4. I don't even know, 70-204. But it's like a new version. I don't know anything about it. Yeah. I rented it. I have no reason for a big lens like that. So if you guys are interested in like, cool sports photography or anything, you want to get some cool paintball shots, maybe, I don't know, let me know. I'll take pictures for you. I only charge $900 an hour. No, not that much. There you go. Dizzy Artie said, polarize is the secret to photographing cars. You betcha. DQ Films, big fan of your channel. As I am, or why am I still on this? We need to get away from that. He knows about polarized filters. I assume. Mark, I've noticed when in record and watch it back, I love the way the paint hits the netting in the background in slow motion. It ripples. Oh, yeah, for sure. It's kind of, I don't know why you're saying that, but it kind of looks like a waves. Speaking of which, I just remembered something. You made me think about shooting. So, I'm going to build something. I'm going to see. I got to track down the image, though. Hold on. I don't know how easy I'm going to be able to find it. It's inside a document and... Okay. So I'm going to do this. This is this is one of my new projects. Oh, you said like slow motion. That's what reminded me of this. Yeah, I have to like, I'm going to do this. So at some point, this is like one of the like, like one of the 400 things I want to do. Yeah. So my one problem with this, I'll see, I get your guys' help. I want input. Is I want to test how much guns kick, right? So you can see right here, this diagram is how I want to do this. Well, essentially, I'll have more than one camera, though. I want to have two cameras. We'll have probably a wide shot that's filming at about 120 frames a second. And then I actually have a Sony. I let my friend borrow it like a year and a half ago, so I got to figure out if he's got it still. Which meant I meant to text him today. I just literally just remembered this. And then I have a camera that shoots 960 frames a second. And I want to record just side action of paintball guns shooting. So straight on like this. And then we shoot it. And then I want to see how much barrel rise it has and how much recoil it has. And I think we can do that with making a grid background. So filming on a grid just like this. And then we can, just go in and measure how much each gun kicks. My one problem, though, is is how to hold the gun the same. How do we hold the gun, right? So like the real problem is, damn, I don't think this tank has any air. No. The real problem is like, you know, how do we do it, right? Do we have it like, a lot of the gun stands, they have a barrel. They put like the barrel here, and then you rest it on the tank like this. And we could do that and just have like the HK Army gun stand, just put it in there and like mount the gun stand to the table maybe, so the gun stand's not like, you know, like sliding on the table or anything. But a stand here, and then it holds in there, and do we put it in there and then you shoot it every time and then it, you know, kicks? But is this like a realistic scenario? I mean, obviously you're not going to ever shoot the gun in this position where it can like move. You know, you're holding it, but I don't know of another way. You know, I was thinking about trying to build some sort of mount where we could hold it in its hand and then see how much it like pivots at like this point. But we need to have something that's like super replicable. So it's got to be like something that's the same every single time. I don't know. Oh, just hold it. I don't know. I want it to be like the same. You know what I mean? Like it's got to be like the same thing over and over, which is like this gun sitting on the table would be connected to, not connected, but like resting on something that's like super consistent. I know, Chris, remote trigger actuator. I kind of thought about that too, like how we're going to like shoot these guns, but most of them are going to be electronic. So, I mean, it's not going to move at all. I'll probably use a piece of string or something to like just tap the trigger, like put a string through and just barely knock the trigger or something. Yeah, but if we mount the tank, I thought about mounting the guns to stuff, because I think that if you mounted it to something for an accuracy test, that's what you would do, right? You don't want the gun to move. But if we mount the tank to something, it's just going to be like, dink. It's not going to, you know, we got to have like see how much it kicks, and we got to have it move around or it's not going to kick. So it has to be able to like move a little bit. I don't know. Some brains. I've dialed my 1911s and using iPhone to tune the springs. I don't even know what that means. No one's got good mounting suggestions. Make a back plate, but with a spring. I mean, I don't know what you mean. There you go, some brains. I don't know why. I probably should look into real firearms, huh? You said the way they measure in firearms is to clamp it down and rest and run sensors to register force of a shot. Yeah, that's true, though. In real firearms, it gets different, though. It is really kind of just a physics problem, huh? I was thinking about, like, getting, like, an Arduino or a Raspberry Pi or something like that and actually programming, like, G-force sensors and trying to put actual sensors on guns. But I was like, that's way overkill. Filming just, you know, a high speed might be easier. Dizzy Art, you said use a Y with a piece of leather in it and put a scale underneath it. I don't know. But I did. You didn't give me an idea, though. What if I just suspended it in the air? But we kind of end up being the same as just like a regular gun stand, I think, in the end. DQ films, I know, I think of that too. You also need to consider that the marker is pressed into your shoulder via the tank. But for sure, 100%. That's why I don't think it'll be like, this is how much your gun's going to kick. But at least we could tell you which one kicks more, you know? Because for sure, you know, just holding the thing, and like, you know, it's obviously going to kick way less than if it was just like resting, you know, in a stand. But at least it would say like, you know, which one does kick more. But I don't know, maybe like, you know, just holding the guns, one kicks less than another too. I was thinking about barrels. I think that I will probably try to eliminate the barrel from the whole test as well. So I'll probably do 2 tests, one with the stock barrel, and then I'll just use the same barrel for every test too, to kind of like eliminate the barrel. Because it would be interesting to know what they're like with the stock barrel, but then also determine what one actually quick kicks more. I don't know. Couldn't you just get a rifle rest like the one you use to zero in scopes? Yeah, I have no idea. I'm not even sure about any real gun stuff. Let's see what a rifle rest is. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's pretty much what a gun stand is, what a paintball gun stand is. But I might try to like get a more sturdy version. Yeah. It's pizza night. Well, hell yeah. I'm gonna eat more tacos. I've been eating tacos forever. Todd deleted his pizza night message. All right. You're not having pizza anymore. Well, anyway, I don't know. That's my idea for building a gun stand. But so if anybody has any, you know, more or like, you know, ideas how to improve this, I need to kind of still figure out the cameras and stuff. I'd obviously have to run some tests first. I wanted to try to do it outside, but I can't. I mean, I think that the best way to do it is inside. So I'll probably have to do it inside. I want to hand measure paintballs. So I'm going to get a scale and all this stuff and actually shoot real paintballs, hand measured and using on a scale and stuff, so we can kind of eliminate the paint variability a little bit. I'm going to get my tank and I'm going to put a tank and I'm going to put a little kind of tank extender dealio on here that has a gauge in the side, so I can actually monitor output pressure rather than just, you know, use one tank the whole time. Because if you have, you know, 4,000 PSI in this tank and then it goes down to 2,000 PSI, you got to think that like there's not as much pressure pushing on this regulator anymore. So you will get pressure fluctuations. It will change. The output is going to change when you go from a high pressure to like low pressure in the bottle. It's not crazy. You know, you're not seeing like a 50 PSI difference, but, you know, 3-5 PSI could increase that velocity, you know, 5-10 feet per second, and then adjust, or will not adjust, it will affect kick. So, yeah. We're only using one tank, though, so that, you know, will eliminate our variables at least. I even thought of not using a tank at all, but I think that it's the gun stands that are designed for paintball guns, you know, they kind of accommodate for a tank really well. So if I like got rid of the tank completely and ran like, you know, a hose straight into the gun, which I'd rather probably do in this scenario, then we still don't have that easy mounting system for those gun stands. So I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a hell of a project. I don't know either, because like I also know that, like, you know, new guns can shoot different than old ones, right? If you have a gun that's got, like, you know, 10,000 shots, 20,000 shots, it might shoot a little bit different than a new one. So it's like, okay, then do we do all these tests with new guns only? And can I come back to testing them? So if I measured everything correctly, could I disassemble it and then reset it up later? Probably not. That probably wouldn't work. I'd probably need to, like, do all the tests all at the same time. And it's probably not going to be with new guns. So anyway, hit that like button. Where's Mark at? Where's my hit the like button guy? There he is. You know, if you like these videos, if you want to, you know, support this YouTube channel, at least give the live stream a like, you know. It would be helpful. You know what else you could do? Check out the merch. Merch. Come on, go button. Go, daddy-o. Oh. Check out the merch. This all bus crap still on. You can check out the headbands over at the Paintball Ruined My Life store. DQ. We're going to leave this rolling for a little bit. Just DQ films. This is just to reduce as many variables. Just reduce as many variables you can, for sure. Might take you a few tries to get it down. It would be interesting regardless. For sure. I know I'll definitely... The biggest problem I'll probably have is just like... you know, the camera setup and then figuring out, like, how big to make that checkerboard and, like, all that, like, weird technical stuff. Yeah, and it's got to be inside. For sure. I was like, oh, I can just do it at the field and we can just set it up over there. I, like, know where I'd do it at. And then I was like, wait a minute, though, because if it takes, like, a few hours, it's going to be, like, considerably different temperature. So the paint's going to swell and velocity is going to have to go up. Velocity will go up. So there's a bunch of, like, weird, you know, things that can happen at the paintball field that just won't happen if I'm in a garage or something like that. Who knows? Oh, shit, that's right. I didn't even think about the lighting inside, huh? Shit. Well, I got some bright lights. Here's one. I don't know. It's probably not on. Nah, it's all unplugged. I was like, I got some bright-ass lights, but I don't know if I have bright enough lights to film like 960 frames. That's right. I didn't even think about that. I should be good, though. I can probably make enough light. Damn, I want to, like, plug this in now. Oh, I forgot I had the smoke machine on. I forgot I had the fog machine. Man, I can't turn that light on. I got to unplug something else. Boobs. What about the force pushing it back or forward? What do you mean? I don't know. Why are headbands expensive? They're not expensive. How much do you think these headbands are? Why are headbands so expensive? What does it cost to make one? I'm curious is all. You know, my headbands are $30. I think that's a fair price, you know? Yeah, that's a very fair price. Yep. $30. You can get a 3-pack for $75. I mean, that's pretty good too. I know what you mean. I just had to do a little plug for myself, you know? Yeah, just because they're rare, you know, I think that, like, so for instance, in the future, I'm going to make more merch style products or whatever, you know? And like these ones, like all my current headbands, why are these buttons like not working? All my current headbands, I made a crap ton of them, right? So I just made a lot. So since I ordered so many, I was able to sell them cheaper. And in the future, And to be fair, you know, all these were made in China too, which doesn't really mean. Forgot the smoke machine was on. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I thought we were like burning down. I was like, why is there smoke here? It's funny when there's no movement though. It just like lingers. Yeah, I was just able to buy these for cheaper so I can sell them for cheaper, you know? And in the future, I'm going to kind of do collaborations with other brands and probably not do the quantity that I did. So while I don't foresee myself selling headbands in that $100 price, they will for sure be more than the $30 that they are now. But they'll also, you know, just be lower quantity. And I want to do lower quantity just because I want to like move on, you know. I want to make and sell stuff and just be over it. And on to the next thing I want to make, you know, rather than, you know, I just bought way too many this last time. So there's a lot of them. But yeah, I want to be able to sell them and move on. So I'm not going to, you know, necessarily be selling them as like limited edition, got to get them now, you know, but they're going to be limited just because, you know, I just want to, you know, sell them for a couple weeks and then make something else or whatever. And that's kind of one of the reasons they're expensive. They're limited. A lot of these companies are making limited runs. So they're only making, you know, 20 or 30 or whatever. So at that volume, it's just going to cost more to make. And some of them do it for, you know, branding, marketing reasons to make you feel like you're getting like, you know, some luxury good. It's the same reason, you know, you buy a Louis Vuitton purse for $7,000 or whatever, you know, I don't know. It's literally just like that because it's expensive to make it seem like it's a better thing than it is. And, you know, a bunch of that stuff. Yeah, I'm with you on like, I mean, I don't know, right? Like, I'm kind of with you. Mr. Wiggle said, I like the limited run stuff. I'm just tired of the scalping. I'm with you. I mean, it does one thing for sure, is makes the price go up for everybody. You know, it's like the same thing that happens with everything, you know, like people are going crazy with baseball cards and like, you know, NFTs and like crypto coins and like, you know, Jordans. People are buying all kinds of stuff that's rare. And then that causes the price to go up because the demand is more. So they're able to charge more. That's why we're, you know, seeing $150 headbands. And then that demand also makes that secondary market increase too. So people are selling them for $300 or whatever. It's also kind of neat. You know, I kind of like that mentality a little bit though. You know, it reminds me of how I was when I was, you know, 20 years old or whatever. I was buying and selling paintball guns like crazy, right? Making $200 or, you know, make $150 on selling a gun or whatever. So I kind of like it, but I kind of don't, you know, at the same time. It also allows some people to make some money on paintball stuff, which is cool. But I hear you. Hormesis bands made it over 1,000. Yeah, that's just crazy. I don't know. Again. But that's that hype train, you know. Hormesis headbands are really cool. I do really like them. But, you know, it's just like everything. You know, the Hormesis stuff was exceptionally popular. And then kind of faded off a little bit. I mean, one of the problems with the Hormesis is the same problem that Planet Eclipse has, is that like everybody who plays paintball has a Planet Eclipse gun, and everybody that plays paintball has a Hormesis headband. So who do you sell them to now? You know, like once everyone has them, it's difficult to make more money. It's like the same thing with Apple. Apple, you know, they pretty much have sold as many iPhones as they can, especially in America. So they've had to like figure out new ways to make money. That's why you're paying for iCloud and paying for all these like Apple services now. So yeah, I've always wondered about Planet Eclipse. That's why they started making these lower end guns, because they pretty much capped out the high end market. So the only way they can sell more guns is make them cheaper to apply to the whole paintball market. Yep. McGuffey. Just got back into paintball and ordered a clear JT Proflex goggles. I'm going to look so ag. Even got a JT Revy. Nostalgia is cool. I don't know. Is nostalgia cool? I don't really have paintball nostalgia. I mean, I do and I don't, you know, because I feel like I've never left paintball. So it's like, it doesn't feel nostalgia to me. It just feels like what it is. I'm that way with some other things though, for sure. It's crazy. The Proflex never really went away though either. Ben Lawton, gotta love capitalism. Profits must go up forever. Isn't that like rule 52 of like the Ferengi Alliance or whatever? Come on, I know there's some hyper nerds in here. How often do me change masks? You know, I don't know. I don't really know. I've gotten so many like masks in the last like handful of years. I've never really like, I haven't worn a mask out or like needed to buy a new mask in like a handful of years. I mean, I have like 3 brand new masks over there almost. You know, when I tend to buy masks, I think that it really depends. I mean, I think everything wears different and all kinds of stuff. But you know what I always noticed was that like, it would get to the point where I'm like, okay, I need new foam. I feel like the goggle strap's wearing out a little bit, so I kind of need a goggle strap. And, you know, these ears are getting a little ratty. So it always gets to the point where I, like, needed to buy an entire new mask. Everyone's just different, you know? Depends on, like, where you live and how much you sweat and all kinds of stuff. Eagle Mountain. Sounds like a stronghold for a super villain. Oh yeah, nostalgia sells. You tell me about it. That's why these new paintball videos I'm making are all nostalgia based. It's like Bob Long Intimidator and like Dynasty using an angel and like it's all like nostalgia stuff. Oh, you have a Brian Duffy jersey. Which Duffy jersey do you have? Like an Avalanche Duffy jersey? That would be cool. I don't know if I have anything else cool to talk about, guys. Yeah, maybe. I kind of set this up. Whoop. Blap, 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 blap. Blap, blap, blap. Oh, I even put a button for it, but I'm a jackass and I'm not paying attention. Kinetic Paintball. Kinetic Paintball. What happens if I hit Kinetic Paintball again and go back to the media? Okay. I had to double check. Kinetic Paintball. Yeah, Kinetic Paintball have sponsored video on this channel when I did a review for these pants right here. The Kinetic KPS. I was thinking KPK because it's the new ones. The KPS pants. These are literally the best paintball pants I've ever worn. I mean, I take that back. Hold on. These are the best paintball pants I've ever worn. Oh, they're backwards. These are my favorite paintball pants. The Smart Parts Chinos from like, you know, wrong side. A long ass time ago. I love these pants. I'm never going to wear these though, because I actually wore them one time and I was like, I'm not going to wear these again. Coolest pants ever made. These flames are not ironic either. Let's just know that. They were cool back in the day. But, meant to say, these are my new favorite paintball pants. Mainly because they fit so well. I mean, you know, one of my problems is that all these pants just don't fit me right. You know, they're just so goddamn tight on my legs. So these fit so well. Like, I never had a paintball pant that has fit this well. Yeah, even those Smart Parts pants, these fit way better. They're also going to be way more durable. They're just really good. Kinetic I bring it up because, yeah, I always want to remind people I do have promo codes. So if you're looking to get, like, say, these Kinetic pants, the KPS, or the brand new KPK pants, that are essentially the same thing with some upgrades. The KPS pants don't have zipper pockets, which was done on purpose to try to keep them super minimal. But the new KPKs do have zipper pockets. And then the back of the leg is also ventilated. These are not ventilated on the back. The KPKs are. And they've changed around that belt system just a little bit. I mean, literally, this is like the best belt. Look at that damn thing. I mean, it's like integrated. They're just really nice. They're very good pants. They also have the KMP, the Kinetic modular pack right here. And again, guys, this is literally the best pack I've ever worn. I don't want to be like, you know, I don't know. It's literally the best pack I've ever worn. They are expensive, though. So these are $155, but they're modular. So you get like a bunch of different pieces. You can see all those pieces I just kind of had out. They're using that Tegris kind of material in the back, makes them super strong. It has a very, very unique belt system we can see right here. The belt's super thin or narrow, I should say, on your waists. So you can actually breathe really well in it. You know, normal packs, they're like fat-ass belts around your waist, so it just makes it hard to breathe, where these ride like right on my hip bones. So it doesn't like affect me breathing at all. But you can use that promo code up there and get 10% off. You know, whatever you want there over at Kinetic. Yeah, that's just a kind of a kill some time thing. Those look like Supreme branded pants. What do you mean, Eric? It sounds like I'm like shilling for like Kinetic, but they really are like literally the best pants I've ever owned, besides the Smart Parts ones. It is the best pack I've ever owned, for sure. You're not going to hear me like tell you, if I don't think it's the best thing I've ever had, I won't tell you that. I'll just be like, they're very good or something. I'll be like kind of cryptic about it. So just know that. This shirt's really, really old. Here's something else we can talk about. This is slowly taking place over in the Paintball Ruined My Life Facebook group. There is currently a raffle taking place. I've had this gun forever, and you know, I just never have used it. I used it one time. I didn't actually play with it. I just did it for a shooting video. This makes it look all dirty and shit. It is definitely not dirty like that. It's literally brand new. Over in the Facebook group, the Paintball Ruined My Life Facebook group, there is a link below, and I'm selling tickets for $10. There's literally only 70 tickets, and very few people have entered. It's because it's a mag-fed gun. There's not a huge amount of interest in it. But if you want to get a cheap mag-fed gun, you know, this is your opportunity. When are you going to do a video on your gear again? Last time it was a GO4? Probably. Yeah. On like my setup. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, I was kind of thinking about that. I was thinking about like doing some sort of like gear bag video or something. Like this is all the stuff I take to the paintball field. But I don't know. I'm not really sure. I got to think about it. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I've always wanted to do like a more in-depth one. I don't know. It's on the list. Coming up, what video I'm going to start working on, you guys will see the Bob Long Intimidator video in a couple days. And then I'm going to get started tomorrow on the Paintball Fit video. There were a bunch of sirens. Get started on the Paintball Fit video. Some brain says they should have done the G7R video or G7R years ago. Yeah, that's true. I'm with you. Brad, give me your paintball PBLI number so I can roster you for 1 point. What do you mean? What? Oh, that just reminded me. Chris Rail, actually from PB Leagues, I emailed him last week or like 2 weeks ago to try to get me a special account for PB Leagues. One of the things that sucks about PB Leagues, I don't really know why they do it. It feels like I got like punched in the eye or something. I don't know. One of the things about PB Leagues is like they won't let you look at like, you know, players outside of your division really. Like if you go to a pro player, it'll only show you pro. It won't show you in your divisional shit. So I asked for like an update on that. And no, Mark, no, I haven't got any information back from Ninja either. I don't know what the hell's going on. I thought about that yesterday. No idea. Everybody liked the stream. I also screwed the music up. I screwed up a lot of stuff. I moved over a bunch of files. I'm trying to reorganize all my media. Brad, you can see what rank they are. What do you mean? On like PB Leagues, you can see the rank and stuff. You can't see like if I'll show you. I don't know if I can show you actually. Jeez. Like the problem I have, he wrote me back and he said he just wrote me back and he was like, yo, I couldn't find your name. Let me get your account number or your ID number. I just haven't heard back from him yet, so I imagine he's doing it. Just, busy like everyone. There's always something. Like if we go, let's just try to find a random pro guy. Chavez. Like, see how it's only pro? Like, you can only see that they played pro. But if he played, like, if I look like it at a D4 player, because I'm Division 4, it'll, like, show me everything. And we can go over here and even see that there's a ton of stuff on here. Like, there's a ton of stuff that he's played, but it's only showing me, like, pro or whatever. Which makes it just a little difficult to try to find players, try to figure out like who they played for and all that jazz. I'm like pretty sure if we go to a D4 person, it'll show me, right? Like, let's just go. Let's just find like an actual D4 like good team, so we actually find D4 players. Some of those teams are gonna have like D5 guys on them and stuff. Man, see? No events are visible to you. Because I don't think he's even D4. See, I don't know. It's been a problem with videos lately. Because I'm like, God damn. It's just gotten hard to figure out. History of poppet guns would be cool. But that's like all paintball guns, right? Because like wasn't everything a poppet valve until like, whatever the first spool was, right? Ooh, a rat impulse. Damn, dude, I wanted like, there was some impulse that I wanted for so long. I thought about doing for the live stream, maybe we'll do it next time, a visual history of the Intimidator. Or something like that, and I'll like go over all the different like iterations of the Intimidator a little bit. So let me ask you guys, we're going to do a quick poll. We're going to go with video length. We're going to go 15 minutes or 25 minutes. Answer this poll. I want to, like, I've been thinking about how long I should make videos. Should I make them longer? Like, should I make like these history-ish kind of videos longer? I really don't know. Because I always feel like I want to keep them like engaging and kind of quick. But I also like leave out a lot of stuff, you know, like on this Bob Long video, like say for instance, I talk about the Bob Long video and I don't talk about like, I talked about the impulse very briefly, about the eyes and the impulse, but I didn't really talk about, like, you know, there were technically other guns before that even. There was like an Angel LED that someone rigged up to have break beam eyes. I didn't really talk about like Angels not having eyes and then everybody modifying Angels to have eyes. I could have talked a little bit more about the stuff, but it's always difficult, right? Like I don't know. It's always hard to like determine what to put in there, I guess. It for sure matters, like the topic, you know, like sometimes there's just I can't make 25 minutes on like a gun review. That's just insane. Chris, I have not ever, I don't know. I mean, not really, no. Not like this style, at least. You know, I've got freaking gameplay videos that are that long. EGI Angels? Was that the guys who were doing the eyes on the LEDs or whatever? I don't know. I know, like, we were installing eyes on Angels. I remember when Dynasty was using those ghetto, like, rigged guns with the eyes, too, and people did not like it. Angel was not happy about it. They did not like it much. Do multiple parts? I'll probably just do... I don't like multiple parts, unless it's, like... I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I really don't know. Oh, Eggy. I'm sorry. Yeah. Eggy. That's what we're looking for. Eggy. Yeah. I haven't heard that name in like 20 years. I also don't know if I've ever seen it spelled. That's funny. Did he play for the Tauntauns? Damn, I forgot all about that shit. That's right. Man. I mean, just that would be an interesting story, right? Something about dynasties using those angels back in the day. That would be interesting. Kaveri? I don't know how to do your name. I agree. I'm kind of with you. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we've seen longer videos start performing better on YouTube, right? So I don't think that like a 15-minute versus 25-minute would perform all that much different even, you know, honestly. But one thing it does do for me is increases the amount of money I make. So the longer the video is, the more money you make, just straight up. It's just kind of how it is. Like if you get a video that has 1,000 views, that's 10 minutes, and you have 1,000 views on a 15-minute video, it just makes more money. But I don't really make any money on that stuff anyway, so it's not like a huge problem. But, you know, one of the things is, like, I've also, like, created a system now that I hope I can stick to make videos, because I would take, like, I mean, dude, I can take forever to make something. So, and there's definitely, I can do it faster. So I think I can do 25 minutes and not make it take all that much longer to do. It's a whole nother 10 minutes. I don't know. We're going to try it. We'll see what happens. This next video is going to be on Paintball Fit. I don't know if it'll be like 30 minutes with Paintball Fit. But I do have the excessive video that I'm going to work on. The excessive video could be 30 minutes for sure. There's also the Smart Parts patent video that I wanted to work on. That's all about the patent wars in paintball. And that one for sure could be long. I mean, there are so many crazy stories. Okay, we got votes for longer, but you guys are not a very good, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Representation. That's what I'm going to do. Some brains, I'm just going to make one 14-hour video. That would be funny. What else can I talk about here? What else we got? Coming up, you know, I was kind of sad about this. You know, I've never really paid attention to the National Collegiate Paintball Association, the NCPA. You know, I don't know. It's just never intrigued me. I've never cared about college sports in general. You know, I'm not watching like the NCCA championship game that's in like 20 minutes. I'm not going to watch that probably. I don't know. I just don't care that much. So, you know, college sports have never really intrigued me. But this weekend, as you can see right there, out at Tiki's Paintball in Florida, right outside of Tampa, you can see right there, they are going to have what, I don't know, they're calling it the National Championships, which is a little weird to me. I don't really know how it's working. There's like no teams, you know, they've got like 4 teams signed up. It's a little upsetting, or it's a little discombobulating, you know. COVID just absolutely crushed it. Like you can see, like set 2017, look at all these like different like regional NCPA tournaments they had like qualifiers for and shit and like all kinds of stuff. You know, there were only 4 teams in that one, but that's okay because they're like regional like things, you know, the South Central and like there's Virginia and Florida and like there were a bunch of them, right? 2018, 2019, and then just COVID just absolutely, I guess, not doing it anymore. Kind of just like killed it, which, you know, kind of sucks. But I was never really into it. So it's like I never really followed the college stuff. But you guys are interested. It's happening this weekend. We've got, let's go to College X-Ball. I don't understand why there's called 2 College X-Balls. Got JUM Dukes. I don't know what that is. Virginia Tech. Embry Ridge. What's the Riddle? Texas A&M, University of Central Florida Knights, University of Maryland Tarpons, and University of North Texas. So I don't know. Maybe if you're a University of Central Florida Knight alumni, check it out. College. Yeah, I just never really like been into it. I don't know. Austin, he says, hey man, I'm getting back into paintball after 20-year break. I just got a used Shocker amp for $450, and I'm going to check out the NGXL in North Georgia. I'm assuming that's the North Georgia X-Ball League. We'll have fun. The amp's a good gun. Yeah, I like the amp. The amp's not bad. And $450 is a good deal. I mean, you can't go wrong, really. Can you drink beer while participating in the beer league? Yeah, it's kind of a weird name when you can't drink brewskis, huh? I thought about drinking brewskis on tonight's live stream. I was like, we're just going to shotgun some vodka. Probably not. How do I watch the Bob Long video? It says I need a pro membership, but I don't see how to upgrade my membership. Tyler, I am not sure, honestly. That I couldn't tell you. I bet if you follow that link right there, it will take you to the sign up page. It'll pop you over directly to this page, like just like that. So I bet that maybe somewhere in here you can, like, it'll tell you. See, like how mine says renew? Maybe if you click that, it'll be like upgrade, or it might say something. It's possible. That's what I would guess. I was gonna like ask ChatGPT. That's what I would do. I'd be like, just ask ChatGPT, like, how do I like, you know, upgrade my YouTube membership on a channel, my channel membership, and it'd be like, just do this and this and this. I think, I don't know. No one's ever asked. I've never looked. I think. Yeah, I actually want to get rid of this supporter level. I was thinking about it. I kind of just want to do one member level. There's like 2 levels right now, and I was like, I kind of just want to do one. So if you want to participate in any of the like giveaways or anything in the future, you got to be a pro member. Proud dad moment. Oh, cool. Chris, I see what we're talking about. What do you think? Who do you think will win the next NXL event? You know, I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I think for Tampa, I predicted that Red Legion would win. I wonder if I still have the predictions on here. Probably not. I predicted... Oh, I do still have them on. Bingo. Those were my predictions for the last tournament. I don't know. You know? I would say the same thing. You know, it's so hard. I have no idea. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I was so surprised at Paintball Fit winning. It's like... I mean, I'm surprised and not surprised. You know, they played really, really well at World Cup. But we've just not seen this, you know. We've not seen a rookie team come into the pro division and do well. You know, not since 2001. You know, the last rookie pro team that won a professional tournament was 2001 when Dynasty won World Cup. So it's literally been that long. So it's something like we've never really seen. So, like, I want to say that, like, you know, Paintball Fit aren't going to do well this next one. Just because, you know, historically, rookie teams haven't. So, I don't know. Who knows? I really don't. You know, it's for me too hard to predict because it just is. You know, I think that paintball is one of those things where it's like, who freaking knows? You know, it's going to matter how the layout plays. It's going to matter, you know, how well individual players are playing on that layout. I just want to see the season standings. So it's difficult, it's not like baseball, or basketball where we can just look at the like top 5 guys and be like, oh, this guy matches up good against this guy, and this guy is better than this guy, and this guy is better than this guy, and it kind of washes out. It's like, I don't know. I mean, we can obviously say that these top, 10 teams will probably be the top 10 teams again. But it's just crazy, right? We expect some of these teams to be better. There are so many good teams now, right? I mean, we kind of have the classic top teams. We have Dynasty, Impact, Red Legion, Heat, Damage. But then there's all these other teams that are kind of in that middle high tier. AC Dallas, the Hurricanes, X Factor are in 10th overall. Aftershock also have a very, very good roster, but they're in 11th. Infamous are all the way down in 13th. So it's like everyone is super good. I mean, I'd say that the top 15 teams are almost just as good as each other. So like the parity within the league now is just really crazy. Like, you're like, oh man, the Ironmen are way down in like 12th place, and the Ironmen have a really good roster. If we sort like this, they got Tom Guest, Pat Kraft, Kyle Nicolau, Keith DeWitt's really good, Jerry Caro, Henry Stentz. It's like they're very, very good. But they're all the way down there in 12th place. And it's like, okay, well, which team is the Ironman better than above these teams? It's like, I don't know. They're probably not better than these teams above them. But that's just how competitive the league is, that you can have a really good roster, but there's still so many teams above you that are good. The Tauntauns have one of the most experienced rosters in the league, but just did awful in Tampa. Who knows? I do have a call tomorrow with Darren Cena of Go Sports and Major League Paintball, I think. I don't know actually technically who he works for. To make content for Major League Paintball, I think. So we're going to figure out what's happening there. So that's kind of interesting. Brad, top 3 factors that help a pro team win a tournament. Man, shit. Chemistry for sure. I'm going to say chemistry, game plan, and I think game plan means like having different game plans, right? Like we're going to have a aggressive attack plan, and we're going to have like a hold them off plan, and all these different plays, but more so like a game plan where you like scout the other team and you guys kind of understand what plays they run. And you're like, if this guy's lined up right here, he's going to go to this bunker, and then he shoots left all the time. So understanding what your opponents are going to do in that game plan too. I don't know though. I would say, I'm going to say pro. Yeah, you said pro. Okay. Yeah, game plans, and then what did I say? Chemistry? Yeah. Because I think chemistry is like being like playing well together and being friends and like enjoying it and like having a good time. I think that's important at every level of sports, not just paintball. That's why the Suns aren't very good, and why a bunch of these basketball teams don't do well, but then all of a sudden the goddamn Cleveland Cavaliers are the best team in the league. It's like, they're just very good chemistry, just kind of like paintball fit. They're just like, a family in chemistry. I don't know what another one would be. Because I don't think that the skill level is that much different. I don't think that like, the bottom 5 teams or whatever, the skill level isn't like that dramatic. So there's another ambulance or a fire truck. Maybe you can kind of hear it. I don't know. Makes no sense. Way. Yeah, money definitely helps, but not all the good teams have money. You know, Dynasty don't have money. Really, I mean, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. I have no idea what they want me to do. I don't know. I don't think they do a bad... Do they do... I mean, Go Sports has... Is it Go Sports even anymore? I always get like confused. Or is it like Major League Paintball Plus? Oh God. Let's go here. Let's click that. Coaches show's on. Is this what I'm looking for? Yeah. I mean, really one of the problems is like titles and thumbnails. I mean, I'm not sure how you fix these titles. I don't know if these titles should be any different, honestly. But obviously the thumbnails could be way better. But I do like how they've done this. You know, they used to not do this at all. They used to not put highlight packages up at all. So I like to see that. I think one of the problems, though, with highlights, it's not just, you know, Go Sports problem. It's just like the nature of paintball. You know, sometimes there'll be like big moves that happen. Like, I don't know, let's just watch this. There's like big moves that happen, but they're not really caught on camera that well. I mean, this is maybe pretty good. They also might not include the ones that don't show up that well on camera. But sometimes there's just like, you know, a good move that happens that nobody captures, so. But what I really curious about too is I actually thought about this like last week. I was like, man, I'm pretty certain that if you gave me like all the camera angles from the tournament, if they're like, here's all the camera angles, I wonder what I could make with that. Like if they're like all the camera angles, I don't know if they're recording all the cameras though. I would want like all the cameras to be recording all of the time. And not like, oh, we're getting ready to film. I want them, all of the footage to be recorded onto hard drives so that we're like, here's all 12 cameras, all the footage from all 12 cameras. I'm pretty sure I could make something pretty cool. But I don't know if they're doing that or not. The highlights they show make it seem like they're kind of not doing that. It might just be like a time savings thing as well, because if you have like 9 camera angles and you're trying to make highlights, that's just like 9 more things you gotta like look at and worry about. So, but I really do think that I could make something pretty cool if I had all the cameras. I even want like the pit camera. I think I can do it. Teach them basic ideas from a porno studio. Well, I do have a porn studio in the garage, so I do know quite a bit about that too. I mean, I help make videos for some OnlyFans girls. Someone mentioned keeping a solid layout for a while for people to better understand the game. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Well, did I say girls? I definitely meant guys by when I said that too. So not OnlyFans girls, they're definitely dudes. Most of them are overweight too. 350. Cleanly shaven. Anyway. Yeah, so we'll find out what's happening with those ports. Yep, I talked about literally all my things, which is not a lot. We showed some pictures. Mark, have you seen the picture that I took of you at the tournament? Did anybody show you the one picture that I took of you at the tournament? Speaking of which, I want to go to the restaurant soon. Oh, good. I like it a lot. I think I took like 3 of them, and I really liked them. I was going to include it in the picture show just now, but I didn't know. You know, you're kind of in a compromised situation. I mean, Christ, do I? Goddamn, where the hell are like Korean barbecue? Man, I don't know. I haven't been to like Korean barbecue in so long. Show it. Okay, this Mark character in the chat. Let's I don't know I don't know where I put all that crap at all of a sudden though. Oh, there it is. Is it that? No. I really don't know where the hell I put all the photos at. What? Oh, there they are. I labeled no, those are the old ones. Okay, I don't know. I'm no help. I'm not going to sit here forever and just stare at my screen. It's they're out there. It's in there somewhere. Oh, farting. Anyway, guys, yep. Anybody doing anything fun this weekend? This week? Not the weekend's over. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, I'm going to work this week, that's for sure. I kind of want to go somewhere. Maybe I'll go to the paintball field Sunday. I don't know, though. The gym. I'm not going to the gym. I'll work out in my living room. Yeah, I might go to the library tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to the library tomorrow. Damn, that's right. I forgot about the protests. I did want to go to the protests just to see what they're like. You know, I just want to go to like be a part of it and, you know, like remember, be like, oh, I was here, you know, just to be like a life experience. Just like during COVID, I went downtown, like I went to the city, Sacramento. Tyler, there we go. Tyler upgraded his membership to a pro membership. The light worked and everything, dude? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I don't know what I was talking about. Yeah, I went downtown when they were like doing all like the fucking National Guard came and shit. It was crazy. I just wanted to like, you know, experience it and be like, I was there. You know how cool it'd be like, you know, I was there during the Vietnam protests. It's kind of cool. Do I have any old Hustler magazines? No, unfortunately not. I've never purchased a porno magazine in my life. Had to do it in the YouTube app. Chrome, I don't know what, dude, I don't get it. Well, I appreciate you very much, sir. I don't get it. Like, it doesn't work on iPhone. Like, you can't, there's a bunch of, like, hassles about it that are kind of annoying. I was there at the protest, and then I got shot with a beanbag. I'll be all right with that. I'd be like, I can take it. It's kind of like when they shoot people with paintball guns to get them to disperse. I just be like, just don't shoot me in the eyes, motherfucker. Be like, I can take this. What I've always found really funny is that, like, on the side of the guns, a lot of the police, they use a Tipman. Yeah, I don't know. But a lot of the times that the police would use like Tipman 98s for a long time. Yep, there you go. Switch the Pro Carbine. Yep, they'd use Pro Carbines. And they'd like, sure, the Pro Carbine. That's funny. They'd use Pro Carbines. There was an A5. I saw a guy with an A5 once, and he had like the tank mounted backwards. And I always thought that was really interesting. I'm like, on the side of those guns, it literally says on the side of it, don't shoot at anybody without eye protection. Like, just straight on the side. I'm like, how's that work? Like, what happens if you shoot me and I just sue the city? Like, it literally says on the side, don't shoot this at people without eye protection. It's very interesting. I always wondered that. I don't know. Who knows what would happen? But it's like, I don't know. Just says on the side. I thought it was funny. RB, idea for a video. Modded guns, but not like cheating modded. Tipman 98 E-bolts, a bad company spimmies, Dynasty Eyed Angels. That would be cool. I do like the spimmy and idea and stuff. Victor, welcome to the Paintball Ruined My Life member club. Go watch that video. You now can partake in any giveaways that happen too. We'll probably do another one last week. I did 2 in a row this past time. I've got a box of jazz over there. We'll sort it out. Victor. They use pepper balls, right? Yes. Yes and no. I think that they would use 2 different kinds. They used pepper ball, which is capsaicin powder. So it's essentially like pepper spray that's just not got water in it. So it's just like powder. Then they'd use those like inert balls that they'd fill with like, I don't know, talcum powder. Probably not talcum powder because it gives you cancer, but some other type of powder. So when it explodes, it's just like, white inert powder. Yeah, it would be really interesting to see some of those bad company guns and then those Dynasty Angels. I was at NPPL in San Diego in 2006 and 2007. And I forget, but I was taking pictures of bad company, and they actually asked me not to take photos of them because they were using guns that they're not supposed to use. So they were using, I don't know if the guy, I can't really remember, but I don't know if he was using just straight up an Intimidator or if it was like an Intimidator with like spider bottom on it or, something crazy. But they were always using those like weird ass like guns. Do they use the rubber stuff? I mean, I could see them using those for sure. But that could straight up kill you, though. So, I don't know. I mean, you get shot in the eye with a rubber paintball. I've seen the mace balls with clear in them, huh? Probably not clear. Well, the whole point of having it be powder is they don't actually shoot you. They actually shoot the ground where you're standing. Then that impact on the ground, all that like powder just kind of like lofts into the air. If it was liquid, it'd be a little weird. You gotta like shoot them in the eyes or something. Like, so they don't like actually try to shoot people with those guns most of the time. With that pepper ball round, they're like, dang, 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 dang. They shoot the ground. Well, just like Zorbit said, they're supposed to shoot the ground. Yeah, probably not. They probably don't follow that. That's very true. They probably don't follow it. But I think you're going to get the best effect if it does hit the ground. I mean, maybe not. You could shoot some people with it. It probably works still, right? One of my friends' dad was a cop and had a few in his house. You can just buy all that stuff. I mean, I don't know if you can. You used to be able to buy it in California, the actual pepper ball rounds and stuff like that. They do have those clear ones too that are filled with clear liquid. I've never seen the like pepper ball-y versions of those though. I don't want to get shot with that. I got pepper sprayed kinda one time and it was not that fun. I didn't get pepper sprayed. I was like skating by a house. First skating by some apartment complex and was like, holy shit. Like somebody just got like pepper sprayed and I was just going by and was like, what the fuck? Just like rode through a huge ass cloud. That was funny. It didn't hurt that bad. It was only like weird for maybe like a few minutes because it was like dissipated, but I was just like, dude, like all of a sudden like dying. Imagine chopping one of those when shooting. That's true, huh? Chopping a pepper ball, and especially because they're using like weird guns too. They're using like, you know, old ass Tippmans and stuff like that. Yeah. RB, there was a field near me that had talcum powder filled, really hard shell, dimpled balls, almost like golf balls. Yep, for sure. We clocked them down to 200 feet per second because of how close range it was indoors. Those are terrible. I know what those are. I've seen those before too. They're literally just golf balls. And they like explode when you hit them. Boss Cat Studios. I was also going to talk about movie stuff with that $2, sir. Or ma'am. Maybe ma'am. Either way, you're human. In your opinion, what is the best ego year pre-LV1? Man, I don't know. I didn't like any of them. I'll tell you the truth. I was never a fan of the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 11. I mean, if I had to choose, it'd probably be Ego 11. Because that's probably going to get us closest to shooting well. You know, the things that I hated about those was that the original Egos is they were always so loud. You know, 2005 or 6, you know, when guns were starting to get way better, it's like we had shockers that were way quiet. You know, the die guns were way quiet. The Angels were quieter. So there were so many guns that were like just quieter and like shot better. So I never really got onto the Ego thing, really, until the LV came out. And that's when it started to noticeably shoot better. So probably the Ego 11, just because it's the newest, you know, but for sure the 05 Ego was the most like pivotal, or whatever we're going to say. Yeah, I was going to say, we were talking about the inert paintballs. One of the things they do in movies, for actual Hollywood movies, one of the ways they, probably not so much anymore, but they used to like get paintball guns and they had these clear balls. So you can buy like resealable paintballs, right? It's the same thing they're using for like that pepper ball, those like capsaicin balls. It's just like, you're buying two halves of a paintball and they kind of snap together. So most of the time they don't actually break. They just kind of like come apart. But in movies, they would get those clear balls and they'd put like little spark things in them so that when they hit, they made like sparks. So for gunfire and stuff, they'd get paintball guns and they'd shoot these balls at, you know, whatever surface they want to make gunshots hit. And it does make these like sparks and stuff. So it makes it look like an actual like bullet is hitting on metal or whatever. SVP. How's it going, sir? Sleepy? I'm a little sleepy. Or am I sleepy? Or someone else? Oh, someone else is sleepy. Oh, did Mythbusters do something like that with party poppers? Yeah, I could see that working for sure. Kinda. I mean, for movies, you probably need it to be a little bit more like bright. So I wonder if they might be using like magnesium or some crazy shit in there. Huh. That's how they do it. I mean, now they just do it with VFX probably. They just go into freaking Houdini or whatever and bonk up some flares. Steve says some jackass spray painted pepper spray. Some jackass sprayed pepper spray. There's just kind of two sprays. In McDonald's when I was a kid, that's funny. And then ran out. That's awful. Must have been a dare or something, but god damn it sucked. Yeah, I could see that. Enjoyed interview on Spick and Span. Thank you. It's, yeah, I don't know. I felt a little weird. I don't know how loose I can get. You know, I say stuff on here sometimes that, I was trying to get Ryan to tell me what racist things people said in the crowd. I want to know what words they said. Didn't happen. Rush to win. Know where I could or how I could get customized grips for my DSR Plus. I want silver grip to finish my Silver Surfer build. I got no idea. Man, I don't think you can do it. Yeah. I mean, it'd have to be, it's going to have to be from Dye themselves. Because, I mean, obviously the grips are so custom molded and, like, you know, crazy. You can't just, like, you know, make any grips. It'd have to be, like, the molds from Dye. So, I don't even know. I mean, yeah, spray paint. But spray paint's not going to hold too well to, like, rubber, you know, especially where you're holding it. I don't know if you can. They might have to just be black. Which isn't bad, you know? You think you have all silver and you have a black front grip and a black grip. You know? Yeah, definitely spray paint's bad. Paint them with leather shoe markers? The problem is silver, though, you know? It's such like a... To make something that's black, like silver or white, it's going to have to be like crazy thick or dense or something. I don't know. Okay, I gotta go. I gotta be somewhere at 6:15. That leaves me about 10 minutes to get there. So, gentlemen, I appreciate you. You'll see me on Monday. Maybe if, I don't know, go buy some barrel covers or something. Oh, that's not barrel covers. But whatever, you can, you know, go check out Kinetic. You get 10% off if you use that. Okay, I don't know. My buttons aren't working. Gentlemen? Yeah, the Bob Long video might be up soon. And if it's not, it'll be up next weekend. No, it should be up this week. I don't know why you're not going to see it. I'm just trying to build a little buffer in. All right.